This is Madison Sellers. You're listening to Crowley Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Carter Activity Center on the campus of Crowley's Ridge College. We are on the western edge of Paragould, Arkansas. It's Lady Pioneer basketball at the Ridge. I'm glad to have you with us. I'm Dustin Seymour, joined once again by Mr. Carson Barrow. Enjoyed his time Tuesday so much that he's coming up. You got a couple wins you got to get, though.
Yeah, really looking forward to hopefully getting a win tonight. Going to be a great game. You know, the saying goes, it doesn't matter what happened in the last game is what happened in this one. So,
Lady Pioneers find themselves across the court from the Owls of the Mississippi University for Women, or the W out of Columbus, Mississippi. The Owls 0-2 on the season, whereas the Lady Pioneers are 3-3. The Owls out of the USCAA, the United States Collegiate Athletic Association, also affiliated with the NCAA Division III. So a small school in Columbus, being from Central Mississippi, I'm aware of the W, and we play them often, especially in baseball. The Crowley's Ridge find themselves on the other side of the diamond from the Owls. But today it is the first time that these two teams are meeting in program history, Crowley's Ridge and the W. Lady Pioneers averaging 71.5 points a game. The Owls right at 48 points over their 2 games played. From the floor, Crowley's Ridge 37.3%. MUW 30.2. Lady Pioneers have made 41 three-pointers, and in 2 games, the Owls with 5 three-pointers. So that's quite different than what we saw against Rush Tuesday. Doesn't look like the Owls like shooting that 3-ball very much.
not a lot. They look like they're a team that looks to drive, definitely kick down to their post player. They got one girl on there. Really, their leading scorer kind of carries their offense, looks to drive, try and facilitate most of their offense. So not looking to see many three-pointers out of them tonight. Really need to just close in the lane, kind of take away that drive and make them shoot.
For the free throw line, Crowley's Ridge sitting at 65.5%. The Owls 56.8%. Again, it's so difficult to look at total statistics with Crowley's Ridge playing 6 games and the W playing 2. Big difference there, and so you really got to look at those averages. And so Crowley's Ridge is averaging 42 rebounds a game, nearly doubling the rebounding total. 29 rebounds per game for the Owls, 12 assists per game. So pretty much down the line, it looks like Crowley's Ridge has the edge on most of these statistics. As we wrap up what's a brief pregame show, what do the Lady Pioneers need to do to break back into the win column?
Just look past the last game. Last game was a really difficult game for them to play. A lot of injuries. Still got some injuries on our side. Rust is a really athletic team, and they ran us. They hit a lot of three-pointers. Really need to come into this game just looking to bounce back. Keep confident. Keep playing your brand of basketball, and I think that gets us back in the win column.
Well, we're going to send it down. Well, we got about 30 seconds left before this game starts. The Owls sitting at 0-2, losing to Belhaven about on Tuesday night. Final score of 62-45. And in their first season playing Rhodes College, who were receiving votes, lost that one 84-51. So we're going to send it down to public address announcer Matthew Crabtree. We'll have our pregame prayer, national anthem, and we'll be back with the starters on the other side. This is the Pioneer Digital Network. And we welcome you back to the Carter Activity Center. Crowley's Ridge taking on the Owls of the Mississippi University for Women. As we take a look at the starters for the Owls, it will be Christiana Harris, a 5'6" senior out of Grenada, Mississippi, averaging 3 points a game. Rokila Wallace is a name that we're going to call early and often, a 5'7" senior out of the hometown of Columbus, Mississippi, 22.5 rebounds per game. Correction, also having Maddie Guierin, a 5'10" freshman out of Ecru, Mississippi, averaging 2 points a game. Hannah Duran, a 5'8" freshman out of Madison, Mississippi, 2 points a game as well. And M.G. Chamberlain, a 5'10" junior out of Brighton, Tennessee, a 6.5 points per game. Crowley's Ridge getting a different starting look coming out, a little similar, just because MJ, Michaela Smith, is out, injured, having to try and find that replacement. Lottie Hoffman will get the start, a 5'4" freshman, averaging 9.2 points per game. Shamira Brown will get her first career start, averaging 6 points a game. Lindsey Browning, 6 foot even freshman, 7.1 points per game. Lizzie Roten also getting a start, 5'8" freshman, averaging 7.2 points a game. And Madison Sellers, a 5'11" freshman, averaging 13.7 points a game, coming off of another double-double. Been saying that often about Madison Sellers.
Absolutely. She really looks to fill up the stat sheet. Really physical on defense, going after those defensive boards. Also, just really good post player, tries to get those points down there in the paint. Looking to keep doing that tonight. Hopefully she has another good night.
So Crowley's Ridge greeting the officials and the Owls getting ready to head towards midcourt.
You know, one thing, Dustin, I'd like to see tonight, going back to last game, Lindsey Browning had a really good outing on the defensive end of the ball. Hopefully everyone around her can take that same mindset, play as physical as she did, have another good game on the defensive side of the ball, maybe spark some offense for the Pioneers early, and get things rolling.
So Crowley's Ridge having a pseudo doubleheader today. The men will play at 7, except not here. They'll be playing down the road at Williams Baptist. That will start at 7. MUW coming in with dark navy uniforms with gray stripe up the pant leg and a baby blue MUW across the chest, gray numerals, Crowley's Ridge in their grays. It'll be Lindsey Browning and Maddie Guierin heading to the center dot. Ball is in the air, and it will be Crowley's Ridge basketball as the Lady Pioneers will move right to left. As Lizzie Routon goes to the right side, Shamira Brown in her first career start, going out to back to Browning now. Browning to Madison Sellers at the top of the key. Sellers will drive. Shot is up, no good. Rebound coming down to Guierin, but then ripped out by Lizzie Routon. And Routon gets the bucket to fall.
Really good defensive rebound, or really good steal, I should say, and really good put up right there. Took the contact, went up through it, and made the basket.
Christiana Harris with the ball, crosses the court, finding, that is Rakila Wallace. Wallace goes cross court to Harris on the far corner. Harris to a wide open Chamberlain underneath. Chamberlain gets the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, just kind of brought up there. Looks like that was Lottie. Just kind of came up. Defender, or her player went right under her. Just kind of took it right up with the basket.
And one attempt on its way, and the Owls take a 3-2 lead. Boy, Rakila Wallace really threw me off. The front of her jersey says 20 because the jersey's kind of scrunched up in the back. It looks like it says 21. Shamira Brown on the other end gets her shot blocked by Maddie Guierin. Guierin goes outside to Christiana Harris. Harris slowly makes her way across. Bounce pass down to Hannah Duran. Back to Harris. Harris crosses to the far wing to Wallace. Wallace's three-pointer is very short. Rebounded right to Duran. Her putback is no good. Shamira Brown gets the board, and the Lady Pioneers break out. And forcing the turnover was Christiana Harris. So Hannah Duran is going to inbound. Inbounds right to Rakila Wallace. Wallace averaging 22 points a game. hometown of Columbus, Mississippi. Bounce pass to Duran, back to Wallace. Wallace fakes the shot, takes 2 steps forward, now drifts to her left side. Pass over to Harris, who goes way down deep to Duran. Duran couldn't control the pass, but it's going to go right into the hands of Wallace. 5 on the shot clock. Madison Sellers is going to take away the steal. Sellers to Roughton. Roughton to Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman for 3 from the near wing. Bounce off the front iron. Right there to get the rebound is Lindsey Browning. Browning gets blocked, but gets her own rebound. The putback is no good. Sellers is there for the board with the bucket and the foul. And Sellers didn't even know she was fouled.
Yeah, really good offensive possession right there. Got a couple of good open looks, just got on the offensive glass and really took advantage of it.
Madison Sellers went up and laid it in and started making her way towards the to set up defensively. And the ref said, hey, you can come get an extra free throw. And she makes that extra free throw, and the Lady Pioneers take a 5-3 lead. 8:04 left in the first quarter of play. Rokila Wallace at the volleyball 10-foot line. Works her way around her defender, drives into the paint, goes outside to Guerin. Guerin's three-pointer is short. Rebound is off of the Lady Pioneers, so it's Owl ball. Duran will inbound under her own hoop. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Finds a wide open Harris, and Harris is going to step on the sideline.
Well, another sideline bug kind of coming into play there. Had a lot of those against Rust. Hopefully some on the W, but hopefully not on the Lady Pioneers tonight.
Well, the Owls showing some full court press now. But the Lady Pioneers easily break through. Here's Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman's going to go into the paint, out to Shamira Brown. Brown off the right block, no good. Lindsey Browning streaming in for the rebound and the bucket. Lindsey Browning makes the Lady Pioneer lead 7-3. Bounce pass to Guerin. Guerin goes down to Harris, to Duran. Duran's going to bounce pass down low to Guerin. And that's stolen away by Lizzie Roughton. Roughton will heave it down low, and that's going to be stolen cleanly by Rokila Wallace. Wallace, 2-on-1. She's going to lay it up and in, 7-5. Lady Pioneers averaging 15 turnovers per game. Hoping to close that in this game. Madison Sellers between the block and the elbow, no good. Rebound coming down to Guerin.
Yeah, the Lady Pioneers on defense really looking to shut down Rokila Wallace. Looks like they're going to try and double and keep on her, try and force the people around her to really step up and make some shots for them and keep them in this game.
MG Chamberlain's shot was no good, but Hannah Duran was there to get the rebound, but then Madison Sellers rips it out of her hands, and it's Crowley's Ridge ball. Lizzie Roughton moving right to left as a Lady Owl prepares to check in. Sellers drives into the paint off the left block. That's up. That rattles out. Rebounded by Duran. And that's going to be stolen by Lizzie Roughton, but Roughton's going to dribble on the sideline.
Really good defensive pressure here by the Lady Pioneers. Really trying to step it up, try and keep them in front of them, try and let them not get anything easy right now.
Both teams having some turnovers, dribbling on the baseline, coughing it up as Cassidy Murphy enters. 5'11" junior out of Atmore, Alabama. Wallace on the near wing, going to the left side to Harris on the far wing. Harris back to Wallace. Wallace trying to penetrate, can't find her way in, and she will pass it down right into the hands of Madison Sellers. Sellers posting her 4th double-double against Russ as Lottie Hoffman drives the baseline up off the high glass, and good. Lottie Hoffman makes it 9-5 in favor of Crowley's Ridge, nearing the midway point of this first quarter of play. 5:33 left. Harris with the ball, thinks about driving to the baseline. Lindsey Browning has a paw on the basketball, would not give up. Finally breaking free are the Owls. Here's Maddie Guerin. Guerin's shot is no good, but is last touched by Crowley's Ridge.
Great defensive possession right there. Lindsey Browning kind of keep her hand on the ball, kind of slowed things down, got the Owls out of what they were wanting to do, and really kind of messed them up and got them out of rhythm.
Shamira Brown exiting, being replaced by Leah Still. Also in for the Owls is Amani Harris, 5'9" sophomore, also out of Columbus, Mississippi. And a travel, this time by Guerin. So it'll be Crowley's Ridge ball.
Just a little shuffle of the feet, trying to get her defender to get up in the air and to shuffle the feet while doing so.
Madison Sellers inbounds, finding Lizzie Roughton. Roughton will cross midcourt, crosses over, spins around, drives into the paint, tries to heave it out, finding Lottie Hoffman to Sellers. Sellers goes back to Roughton. Roughton with the left hand, up and in. Good. And a quick timeout coming from Drew Johnson. So with 5:02 left, Crowley's Ridge opens up a 6-point lead. We'll take the timeout as well. This is Crowley's Ridge College Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. They can help save lives by simply washing their hands. Just 20 seconds of thorough hand washing after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside can help fight against the dastardly spread of germs. Armed with only soap and water and hands, your superhero can protect you, your family, and everyone out there in America land. Amazing! Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
This is Coach Phillips. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
5 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in this first quarter of play. Crowley's Ridge holding a 6-point advantage over the visiting Owls of the Mississippi University for Women. Inbound goes to Rakila Wallace. Wallace drifts to her left side. Will find Christiana Harris at the top of the key. Harris going down to Cassidy Murphy, nearly lost control of it. Instead, the Owls will regain possession, going out to Wallace. Wallace's shot was no good, but she got her own rebound, but scrambling for the ball. A foul will be whistled on Lizzie Roughton.
Really good drive there by Rakila Wallace. Got her defender up in the air, really took advantage of that, drove into the middle of the lane. Kind of took some contact, but really good defense by the Lady Pioneers to stay straight up and still got the shot up and way to get up and get her own rebound. So they're really still looking to go to her for the offense to get something sparked and going.
New Owl checked in. Correction, that foul was whistled on Leah Still. Inbound will go to the new Owl in the form of, I believe that's Kelsey Phillips. No, that is Jasmine Shaw. Far side going to Imani Harris. Harris's three-pointer is short, and the rebound dribbled off the knee of Jasmine Shaw, Lady Pioneer basketball. Lindsey Browning for three. Short. Leah Still gets the rebound. Back out to Browning. Browning and Still run into each other. Here is Lottie Hoffman at the near wing. Hoffman driving into the paint. Shot is up and good. Hoffman driven to the floor, but she'll take the points. Jasmine Shaw goes to the left side. Imani Harris to Rakila Wallace. Wallace pushed off of Leah Still with a shoulder. No whistle, but no worry as she will lose control of the ball and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it did look like a slight push off there. Ref trying to let him play a little bit. Didn't really extend the elbow, so he's not probably going to call that. If she had extended her elbow a little bit more, definitely a call that you got to make. But trying to let him play, be a little physical in this game.
Jameria Johnson in for the Lady Pioneers, as is Kaya Williams. MG Chamberlain returning for the Owls. So Crowley's Ridge has Lottie Hoffman, Jameria Johnson, Leah Still, Kaya Williams, and Madison Sellers. Kaya Williams working the point now for the Lady Pioneers against Rakila Wallace. Williams driving in, ripped right out of her hands by the team of Shaw and Wallace. Wallace heaves it down to Shaw. Shaw off the near corner up to the top of the key. For the left side to Harris. Imani Harris's three-pointer is off the back iron. Jameria Johnson pulls down the board for the green and gold, or green and gray, rather. Lottie Hoffman bounce passes out to Leah Still. Still for a long two. No good. Rebound coming away to MG Chamberlain. Chamberlain with a bounce pass to Rakila Wallace. Wallace back to Harris. Going down low to Guerin. To Wallace. Wallace, a double-team three-pointer is short. Madison Sellers gets the rebound. Correct. She had the rebound and then was fouled by Imani Harris. So it will be Crowley's Ridge basketball. It was going to be Crowley's Ridge basketball. The only difference is now the Owls have 2 team fouls and Imani Harris has 1 personal. Kaya Williams slowly works her way around the court. Closely guarded by Rakila Wallace. Pulls up from the left elbow and good mid-range jumpers. Well, you miss seeing those. You don't really see them much anymore.
No, you don't. It's the three-pointer or layup. Mid-range kind of been lost in this game of basketball.
Jasmine Shaw goes finding Imani Harris to the near corner to Rakila Wallace. Wallace thought about driving, still thinking about driving, but instead she was fouled.
Looks like Crowley's Ridge is going to stick to their game plan that they had last week, or their last outing of staying in a 2-3 zone, 3-2, kind of a mix. Try and really force them out on the three-point line, make them take some shots, especially knowing that on the season they haven't shot too well.
Jamaria Johnson whistled that foul. Madison Sellers blocks the shot, but the Owls get the rebound, still fighting for it. Shot is up. This time it is a foul. Madison Sellers whistled with the infraction. And that is going to send Imani Harris to the charity stripe. Harris has only attempted 1 free throw this season, did not connect on it, so she'll have 2 more attempts now. First free throw coming from Harris is good. Now 15-6, Crowley's Ridge holding a lead. Imani Harris, 5'9" sophomore out of Columbus, Mississippi. Second free throw, no good. And that's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Guerin.
You know, whoever that was over in the student section, get them a contract to sing somewhere. They held that note for a long time.
Full court pressure on by the Owls. Leah Still breaks through that. Thought about a good no-look pass, but it's going right into the hands of the Owls. But no harm, no foul, as Rakila Wallace misses her layup, and the Lady Pioneers will take it right back. Madison Sellers will go coast to coast, now finding Jamaria Johnson out to Kaya Williams. Wide open for 3. Yes, sir.
Really great ball movement right there. Just drove into the lane, hit the person at the elbow out to the three-point line. Wide open for 3.
Kaya Williams had nobody close and easily drains the three-pointer, making it 18-6. Long three-pointer upcoming from MG Chamberlain, no good. And a travel called on Rakila Wallace.
You know, I like seeing Brad Phillips over there being a little bit animated. Still looking, you're up by 12 points right now, but he still wants you to play. Box out, get those rebounds, hustle for it.
Kaya Williams will work the point for the Lady Pioneers. She crosses midcourt, goes to the left side to the near wing. Now to Lottie Hoffman between the circles. Hoffman lowers her head and now passes out to Kaya Williams. Williams tries to work around the defender, crosses over to Hoffman. Hoffman to Still off the right block. Her shot is no good. Jamaria Johnson had the rebound, but it was hit out of her hands by Jasmine Shaw. So the out-of-bounds play will keep Crowley's Ridge with the basketball. Possession did not go to the Owls, and so 6 seconds are on the shot clock. Lady Pioneers need to be aware of that. Kaya Williams inbounds. Here's Leah Still for 3. Yes, sir. Leah Still drains home the three-pointer, and it's a 21-6 advantage. And the final minute of play in the first 10 minutes. Christiana Harris missed the shot, Still with the rebound. Leah Still quickly trapped, but breaks free of it. Pass down to Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman quickly double-teamed. Jamaria Johnson had a wide-open shot, instead passed it. Lottie Hoffman spinning around, goes into the paint, misses her shot. Rebounded by Leah Still, and Still's put back. No good, however. It was no good because she was fouled. Whistled on Jasmine Shaw. And that's going to send Leah Still to the charity stripe. Leah Still, an 83% shooter from the free throw line. And she'll make the first. One more upcoming from the freshman. And that is good. Far side coming around is Jasmine Shaw at the top of the key. Shaw's trying to drift to her right side, finds Christiana Harris. Shot clock is turned off as she goes and finds Rakeela Wallace. Wallace drives inside, no good. And Jamiria Johnson tried to get the rebound. Instead, she just knocked it out of play. So it'll be Owl basketball, 8 seconds left in the quarter. Rakeela Wallace inbounds right to MG Chamberlain. Chamberlain heaves up a shot that's no good. Sellers with the rebound. Kaya Williams throws up a shot, nowhere close, but the Lady Pioneers will take a 23-6 lead into the first break. Lady Pioneers lead it after 10. This is Crowley Ridge College, Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance, reminding you that when you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
And we welcome you back inside the Carter Activity Center, Crowley's Ridge. After 3 consecutive losses, hoping to get into the win column once more, and I'm sure a 23-6 lead after the first quarter of play certainly does wonders for the old confidence meter.
It definitely does, but here's the great thing. They came into this game, they looked confident coming in. They didn't show any signs of keeping their head down. They were shooting really well. They were shooting with confidence, so it's glad to see that their confidence is at an all-time high, but really do need to keep the foot on the gas pedal right now. Don't need to take it off.
And that first quarter of play, the Owls 0 of 6 from long range. Crowley's Ridge 2 of 5. From the floor, the Owls just 2 of 18. And then they missed this first shot in the second quarter. Leah Still with the basketball for Crowley's Ridge. She'll Euro step, but is blocked. Right there to get the rebound is Lindsey Browning. Her putback attempt is no good. Rebound coming down to MG Chamberlain. So the Owls will be streaking across the court. Hannah Duran going back, finding Rakeela Wallace. Down low now, and a travel. Right there was Kaya Williams. MG Chamberlain tried to work around it, but could not. Lizzie Roughton crosses the midcourt line, trying to spin around her defender. Goes and finds Kaya Williams looking at the wrong three. Leah Still pulls up from just in front of the three-point line. That is up and good.
Really good screen right there. Got her girl right off of her, wide open from the mid-range. Like we said, mid-range you don't usually see anymore nowadays, but really good to see the Pioneers shooting confidently from that mid-range stripe.
Leah Still up to 7 points. Still has had a couple of starts and moved into a reserve role in this game, so she's trying to make the case to move back into the starting 5 and is doing well tonight. Season high of 10 points. Up to 7 now as that's stolen away by the Owls. That is Rakeela Wallace. Her layup is no good. MG Chamberlain gets the board. And then there's Christiana Harris getting that rebound. And then a foul on the floor.
Yeah, definitely had to reach in there. Kind of knocked her off her balance. Kind of got hit. So had to make that call. Refs are letting it be a little bit physical this game. Are letting some fouls get away. And I like seeing that brand of basketball. I don't like seeing a ton of stoppages.
Lizzie Roughton whistled with a foul there. Kiana Foster coming in. Despite her warm-up shirt not wanting to come off, had to fling it 3 or 4 times to get it off and finally getting it into the bench. Chamberlain from the left elbow, no good, and Kiana Foster pulls down the rebound. There's Lizzie Roughton. Roughton heaves it off to Kiana Foster. Foster back to Williams to Still. Leah Still fakes right, goes left into the paint. No good, but she's fouled, so Leah Still going to make her way back to the free throw line.
Really good drive there, right down the middle of the lane. Took the hit, got the foul. Now got to go knock down two free throws.
MG Chamberlain committing the foul. Lottie Hoffman ready to check back in. All four Lady Pioneers in the backcourt. First free throw from Still off the back iron. Looks as though Hoffman will re-enter to replace the shooter. And that's exactly what's going to happen. No, she's replacing Kaya Williams. So it's Lottie Hoffman, Lizzie Roughton, Leah Still, Kiana Foster, and Lindsey Browning for the Lady Pioneers. Christiana Harris, MG Chamberlain. I believe that is Rakila Wallace, Hannah Duran, and Maddie Guierin. So the starting five still on the floor for the Owls. Guierin draining a three-pointer. Maddie Guierin makes it a 26-9 deficit now. Crowley's Ridge holding a lead with 7:30 left to go in the half. Lottie Hoffman for three from the far wing. Yes, sir.
Answer the three with the three.
Lottie Hoffman with a hand in the face. Big smile on her face, but again, that's not unusual for Lottie. 20-point advantage for Crowley's Ridge. Three-pointer is no good. Kiana Foster's there to get the rebound, and she'll go tumbling to the floor. Loses control, but right into the hands of Lindsey Browning. Lizzie Roughton finds Leah Still. Still from 10 feet, no good. Rebounded. Going to go finally into the hands of Rakila Wallace. Wallace trying to control the basketball, can't do so, and she will walk.
Definitely losing control of the basketball there a little bit. All four Pioneers just kind of circled around her. Not much she could do, and ended up just dragging her feet a little bit and get called for a walk.
Shamira Brown re-entering the game, replacing Leah Still, taking a well-deserved rest. Shamira Brown back to Roughton. Roughton between the circles as Brown drives her way to the left side, out to Hoffman. Hoffman for three from the far wing. Yes, sir. Hoffman on fire. Lottie Hoffman now with 10 points on the night in the first half of play alone. Rakila Wallace driving down low, finding Christiana Harris, and on her way to the hoop, Harris is hacked.
Really nice stat to see. The Lady Pioneers are shooting 4 of 7 from three-point range right now. Really confident in their shooting motions, really confident in when they get it, and finding ourselves open quite a bit.
32-9, Lady Pioneers lead it. Christiana Harris taking her first free throw. She'll make the first free throw of this season. Lottie Hoffman, a season/career high 14 points. She's 4 away from that. So with a young team, it's season high/career high up for everybody. Second free throw is good. 32-11. Crowley's Ridge leading. 6:15 left in the half. Lindsey Browning finding Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman underneath, muscles her way up and in.
Lottie Hoffman having herself a great first half right here.
Great shot by Lottie Hoffman, grinning ear to ear as she's 2 points off of her season high. Guierin going down low to Chamberlain, back up to Shaw. Shaw loses control of the basketball. Now going to the right side to Guierin. Guierin heaves it down low, but that's stolen away by Kiana Foster. Foster quickly trapped, but breaks away. Lizzie Roughton with the basketball. Roughton will lower the head, but lose control. Owl basketball. Wide open was Christiana Harris, but Lizzie Roughton was right there to pick the pocket. Shamira Brown for two. Yes. Shamira Brown knocking down the bucket. Coach Phillips wants to take a timeout to encourage his Lady Pioneers to keep the pressure on, and with 5:22 left, we'll take the timeout with Lady Pioneers leading 36-11. This is Crowley's Ridge College Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now, it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is Kaya, and you're listening to Crowley Ridge Basketball on Pioneer Digital Network.
Lady Pioneers lead at 36-11. 5:22 left to go in this first half of action at the Ridge. The Owls trying to break free. That's going to be taken. Shot is up, no good. Kiana Foster gets the rebound. Tumbling to the floor, scrum for it. Lottie Hoffman's going to be the one coming out of it. Madison Sellers able to pass it over to Hoffman. Down low to Kiana Foster. Foster has that stripped out of her hands, but she went diving thinking she was the last one to touch it, but it's going to go into the hands of Jasmine Shaw. Shaw heaves it down to MG Chamberlain. Chamberlain off the left block and good. The first field goal in quite a while. In fact, I think it's the first field goal in this quarter after that three-pointer.
Believe so.
Madison Sellers pulling up for three. Rain in the threes. Yes, sir. Lady Pioneers now 5 for 8 from deep. Christiana Harris going and finding Jasmine Shaw down low, and that's off the hands of Cassidy Murphy. Couple of new Owls to enter the game. Back in is Rakila Wallace and Imani Harris.
You know, one thing, just a couple of possessions ago, you saw Madison Sellers still diving on the floor. Right now you're up, 26? And I like to see the hustle. I like to see them still fighting and playing hard, even up 26.
Don't ask me to do math. That's the reason I'm a preacher. Lottie Hoffman for three. Did she make it? Of course she made it. Lottie Hoffman gives herself a career-high 15 points in the first half alone. 42-13.
I'm starting to question if Lottie Hoffman didn't somehow do the thunderstruck move and take MJ's powers for the three-point ball tonight.
She takes possession after that steal by Madison Sellers. Hands over to Sellers. Sellers over to Shamira Brown, and Brown will take one too many steps, spun her wheels a little bit, no argument.
Yeah, just a little bit of a hop step right there. They'll call you on that most of the time, so just got to really watch. Put the ball on the floor first and then really make your move after that.
Rakila Wallace makes her way across midcourt. Heaves it down low to MG Chamberlain. Chamberlain out to Imani Harris. Harris's three-pointer hits the mark. Three-pointer good, 42-16. Lady Pioneers with the lead. Lizzie Roughton finding Shamira Brown. Brown from 15, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Down low is Jasmine Shaw on the near corner. And the bounce pass goes off of the shin of Shamira Brown, the Forest City Arkansan. Lottie Hoffman off, Kaya Williams in. So inbounding will be Hannah Duran. Jamaria Johnson re-entering. Duran, 5'8" freshman from Madison, Mississippi. Just north of the state capital of Jackson. And down low, a foul on the Lady Pioneers, whistled on Madison Sellers as she's whistled with her second personal foul.
Looks like just a little bit of a bump there underneath. Kind of got a girl off balance, and easy call for the ref on that one.
Inbounded to Harris. Harris will drive inside between the block and the elbow, and she will charge. About 5 people as Harris, trying to draw the foul, instead commits the charge and sends her own teammate to the timber as well. Thankfully, everybody is up and well. 42-16, 2.5 left. And this first half, and an illegal screen placed by that is Jamiria Johnson.
Yeah, just shuffled her feet a little bit there. Really young player, you know, just something that you got to work on, something to work on in practice is being set whenever you set a screen. So just a little bit of a shuffle there.
Amani Harris crosses midcourt, goes to the left side to Hannah Duran. Duran heaves it down low to a wide open Harris, but quickly closing the gap for the Lady Pioneers. But a foul is called, and Coach Phillips, unhappy with his Lady Pioneers placement, halfway onto the floor.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a mix-up there in that 2-3 zone of who was going to be in the middle. It wasn't great communication. Just saw her get right behind her, both of our Pioneer defenders, and just right over the top. Easy call for the ref coming down on top of her.
Claire Bellers will enter the game after Jamiria Johnson whistled with a second foul in as many minutes. First free throw is no good. Michaela Ward readies to enter. I would say a lot of freshmen getting playing time, but that's pretty much all the Lady Pioneers have right now.
Lady Pioneers and the regular Pioneers both young. Both teams are very young and really got a really bright future for both teams in both these programs.
Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Madison Sellers. Sellers up to 5 rebounds. Claire Bellers with the ball, finding Shamira Brown. Brown out to Sellers. Sellers back to Bellers. Oh, that's going to be fun to say. Sellers to Bellers. Back to Sellers. Back to Bellers. Bellers for 3 from the near wing. Rainmaker rattles home. Yes, sir, Claire Bellers.
Well, you just saw Bellers get an assist from Sellers.
45-16. Good wraparound pass by Rakila Wallace, finding MG Chamberlain, and Chamberlain buckets it.
Not quite sure how she saw the her own player over there. Great job by Madison Sellers to stay straight up. Just a really great wraparound pass for her.
Kaya Williams stands between the circle, fakes left, goes to the right side to Sellers, now to Claire Bellers. Bellers for another 3. Bounces off the window, that's no good. But the Lady Pioneers get the board. Shamira Brown goes into the paint, flings up a shot, that's no good. Rebound, there'll be a foul or a jump ball. Looks like it's going to be a foul. Yes, no, it is a foul on the Owls. No, it's a foul on Crowley's Ridge. Okay, took me a minute. Shamira Brown whistled with the foul there.
They're coming down for the 1-and-1. That's what it is.
So it's going to send Rakila Wallace in the bonus. Rakila Wallace, a 73% shooter. First is good.
Got to make a correction there. It is just a standard double bonus. Still a little bit accustomed to men's basketball, so got to keep forgetting that there is no 1-and-1 in women's basketball.
45-20, 68 seconds left in the half. Shamira Brown will cross midcourt. Brown will scan the defense. Michaela Ward into the game, sets up a screen. Driving in is Brown. Brown finds Kiana Foster. Foster loses control, and the Owls will just let it go out of bounds. 48.8 seconds left, 25-point lead for the Lady Pioneers. The inbound goes to Hannah Duran. Duran crossing midcourt, heaves it to the left side to an open Rakila Wallace. Wallace drives in, and a foul will be whistled on Shamira Brown. Brown picks up her second personal foul. So back to the line goes Wallace. Wallace's free throw is up and good. Rakila Wallace coming to the W by way of, I just had it, Meridian Mississippi Community College. Claire Bellers tries to throw it down to her classmate, but is tipped out of play by the Owls. Kaya Williams will inbound with 24 on the shot clock, 31 on the game clock. She heaves it to Claire Bellers. Bellers back to Williams on the far corner. Williams to Bellers. Bellers thought about the three-pointer, dribbles around, finds Shamira Brown. Brown, 15 on the shot clock now. Brown puts it into second gear, drives in, and she will travel.
Really good defense right there. Way to stay straight up. Not any foul call that you're going to make, and just good bump, and she lost her footing, ended up traveling with it.
Rakila Wallace will let the ball roll to midcourt before picking it up, but she'll be fouled by Shamira Brown.
Yeah, got to watch your hands there. Know you're going for the ball, trying to get a little bit of a swipe at it, but really easy for an official to see. You hit her arm, something like that right there. So just sometimes you just need to back off and play straight-up defense.
So Shamira Brown up to 3 fouls in this first half. First free throw is good from Rakila Wallace. Wallace up to 7 points. Second free throw is true. Full court press put on by the Owls. Inbound goes to Shamira Brown. Brown spins around, bounce pass down to Michaela Ward. Ward to Foster. Foster lays it up and in. Inbound goes to Imani Harris. Harris to the right side to back to Harris now. Harris for a long three-pointer. Buzzer beater is no good. And the teams will head to their respective locker rooms with the Lady Pioneers ahead 47-23. First half of play in the books, 47-23. This is Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
My name is Grayson Taylor, and I'm the campus minister at the Ridge Connection, which is the campus ministry on the campus of Crowley's Ridge College. College is a time that is possibly the most formative time in any person's life. It's where you find out who you might marry, figure out what you want to do with your life, and you figure out if your faith is legitimate, or you figure out if you believe in God at all. At the Ridge Connection, the campus ministry, we want to help you to find an authentic community of believers that is both encouraging and uplifting to you during your time in college. We hope that as you become more involved in our campus ministry, that you actually leave campus more like Jesus than you were when you walked in. We want to help you connect to God, connect to other people, and of course, connect on the campus of CRC. So follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook at The Ridge Connection. You can find us on Instagram at The Ridge Connect. We are so excited to see what God does through the Ridge Connection on the campus of Crowley's Ridge College.
This is Lottie Hoffman. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back to the Carter Activity Center with the matchup between the W and the Crowley's Ridge College. Looking at some of these halftime stats, the Lady Pioneers up 47-23 on the Owls. A lot of it coming from the difference in three-pointers, if we're being honest. 7 3-pointers for the Pioneers going into halftime, where only 2 for the Owls. Looking at the field goal percentages, 18 for 37 for the Pioneers, leading to 47 points, with a 48.6% field goal percentage, whereas for the Owls, 6 of 30, only 20% on the night. Looking at free throw statistics, 4 of 5 for the Lady Pioneers tonight, shooting 80% from the free throw line. So when we get there, we're hitting them tonight. Whereas for the Owls, not too bad of a percentage. They're shooting 9 of 13, only about 70% on the night. Turnovers, really big thing, really big factor, especially points off of turnovers. The Owls have 15 turnovers, leading to 24 points for the Lady Pioneers. Pioneers, however, do still have 9 turnovers, something that we need to clean up in the second half. but only leading to 9 points. So really getting back on defense when we do give up the ball. Total rebounds, Lady Pioneers lead 23-17. Offensive rebounds, Lady Pioneers lead 10-9. Defensive rebounds, Lady Pioneers lead 13-8. Assists, looking at those, Lady Pioneers have 11 assists on the night, whereas the Owls of the W only have 5. Blocks, the Owls of the W actually leading in blocks with 3 compared to Crowley's Ridge 2. Steals on the night, Crowley's Ridge with 8 steals to the Owls 6 steals. Fouls, definitely something we need to clean up. Kind of got a little bit handsy down here on the defensive end, trying to go after some loose balls, trying to play some extra tight defense, and ended up going and committing 12 fouls to the Owls 5. Looking at some individual statistics, starting for the Lady Pioneers, Lottie Hoffman have herself a night. Not only has it only been the first half, but she has now set a new career and season high just in this first half. 15 points, 3 of 4 from the three-point stripe. Leah Still following that up with 8 points of her own. Madison Sellers with 6. Kaya Williams with 5. Lizzie Roughton with 4. Claire Bellers with 3. Kiana Foster with 2. Shamira Brown with 2. Lindsay Browning with 2. And that will round out the points so far tonight for the Lady Pioneers. On the other side, Rokila Wallace, 7 points. Something we talked about going into the beginning of the game. Rokila Wallace is their offense, scoring on average about 22 to 23 points a game. So really trying to shut her down. Hopefully we do the same thing in the second half. Been playing really good defense on her. She got to the foul line a couple of times there at the end of the second quarter, and that's where it gave her most of her points. She's hit 5 of 6 free throws. So done a really good job. Held her to 1 of 8 shooting, something that we've done a really good job on the defensive end. MG Chamberlain with 7 points. Imani Harris with 4. Maddie Guerin with 3. Christina Harris with 2. Jasmine Shaw, Hannah Duran, and Cassidy Murphy rounding out with no points, but having a couple of rebounds and assists so far in this game. Something really look forward to in the second half is seeing the Pioneers' defensive effort. Know we hold a really good lead right now, but there's no reason to take the foot off the pedal. Really gain your confidence. Really keep going. Dustin, what are you looking to see out of the second half?
Just keep the pedal to the metal. Just keep it going. Can't break off. Can't keep. Got to keep going. I know it's been a tough 3 games, and apparently not much of a halftime speech from Coach Phillips as the Lady Pioneers are already back on shooting. I mean, there wasn't much to discuss other than those offensive rebounds, giving up a lot of D rebounds down low. So the Lady Pioneers will hope to keep that going. About 6 minutes left to go in this intermission. We're going to take an extended break. On the other side, we'll have the second half for you. This is Crowley Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
This is Leah Still, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back inside the Carter Activity Center. Crowley's Ridge holding a 47-23 lead over the visiting Owls of the Mississippi University for Women. Starting five back onto the floor for both teams. Crowley's Ridge will send out Lottie Hoffman, Madison Sellers, Leah Still, Lindsey Browning, and Lizzie Roughton. The Owls will put out Hannah Duran, Christiana Harris, MG Chamberlain, Rakila Wallace, and Maddie Guerin. It'll be Owl basketball to start off this second half of play, moving right to left across your screen. As Christiana Harris will back up, will bounce pass down low to Chamberlain. Chamberlain will back up, going down low. Shot is up by Guerin, no good. Rebound coming down to the Owls. Here's Harris. Harris's shot is up, no good because she was fouled on the attempt. So that'll put Christiana Harris to the free throw line.
Looks like they got Leah Steele with that foul right there.
Harris, a 5'6" freshman out of Grenada, Mississippi. Hitting the first of her free throws taken this year. Second free throw is up, and it is true. So Crowley's Ridge will take possession. Looks to be a full court pressure or at least partial pressure put on by the Owls. Lizzie Roughton takes the inbound. She'll heave it down to Leah Still. Still can't come up with it. It's going to go to the Owls. Rakila Wallace with the ball, guarded by Lottie Hoffman. She goes to the left side to Harris. Harris is going to drive into the baseline. It's going to go off the thigh of Lottie Hoffman.
Looks like the Pioneers going to still stay in that 2-3 zone, really try and force them to shoot the three ball, kind of keep everything contained for them. I'm not looking to give up any easy points or anything like that for them tonight.
Inbound is going to be slapped away by Madison Sellers, so we'll line it up and do it again. Inbound tries to come in, finally does to Duran, now finding Harris. Harris back to Duran. Bounce pass going to Harris, now finding Chamberlain. Chamberlain from the right elbow, no good. Hoffman's going to come away with the board. Hoffman's going to take it herself across the floor, out to Madison Sellers. Sellers took a minute to try and maintain possession. She finally did, but her shot was no good, and the rebound's going to come down to the Owls. Losing control, Rakila Wallace kind of lost her footing there. Could have rolled an ankle there. Thankfully, she is well. Lottie Hoffman lays it up, misses the layup. A rebound coming down to Guerin.
Both teams kind of struggling out here, trying to find some sort of rhythm, and just haven't really been able to find it just yet. But
and just there, Duran loses control of the ball. And now, yeah, that's understandable. Rakila Wallace after that said, I tripped on that sweat there. I need to get that wiped up.
Absolutely. Don't want anyone getting injured out here. No one rolling ankle or anything like that. Something definitely we want to take care of.
And it'll be Leah Still doing double honors. Still will come, making sure all that sweat gets picked up.
Keela Wallace coming over really to show her where it was at, just to make sure no player gets injured. So really glad to see, like you said, that Rakila Wallace is doing all right, still moving around. Really easy to roll an ankle, tear an ACL, so not something we wish on anyone.
Doesn't look to be bothered at all, other than the 47-25 lead that Crowley's Ridge holds over the Owls. Madison Sellers takes the inbound. Sellers is going to cross midcourt by herself. She goes out to Lottie Hoffman, who thought about the three-pointer. She's going to drive in, lay it up, but she's blocked by Guerin. So Crowley's Ridge is going to have ball. Lizzie Roughton will take underneath. She goes down to Madison Sellers, but not before it is tipped out by the hands of Guerin. Routon finally inbounds, finding Leah Still. Still thought about the three-pointer. She's going to bounce it out to Sellers. Sellers driving inside, and good. Muscles her way in.
First field goal for either team here to start the second half, about 2 minutes in. So maybe that might spark some more offense. Hopefully for the Pioneers, we'll see what the Owls can do from the W. As looks like
Williams got that, or Harris rather. Why am I mixing up my number threes? Crowley's Ridge's number 3 is Kaya Williams, but I keep calling Christiana Harris. You'd think I'd know the difference between my own players.
Well, I actually think that was Michaela Ward who hit that one with the double 33.
There's Madison Sellers. Nearly had it stolen away. Leah Still will take it away. Lottie Hoffman back to Leah Still. Still goes up, blocked out. Going down, here's Christiana Harris. Harris is going to lay it up and in. And a quick timeout by Coach Phillips, and he is unhappy as the Owls make it a 20-point differential. Lady Pioneers lead it 49-29, 7:24 left to go in the third quarter. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is Jamiria Johnson. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Leah Still can't break the trap. Needs to get across midcourt. Finally does. Lizzie Routon. Lizzie Routon's going to lay it up. Misses the shot. Rebound's going to come down to the Owls. This is Rakila Wallace. Wallace goes back up top, finding Hannah Duran. Bounce pass going down low. Chamberlain's going to lay it up and in. 49-31. Crowley's Ridge with the lead. Leah Still's going to inbound to Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman around, finding Leah Still. Now going down to Lizzie Routon. Routon to the middle of the circles, going to Leah Still. Still tries to cross over, finds Madison Sellers. Sellers for 3. Yes, sir. Madison Sellers with her 9th, 10th, and 11th points of the night. Double-digit points in all 6, now all 7 of the Lady Pioneer games. And a steal by Lizzie Routon. Routon's going to go to the left side to Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman does control it, but not before she steps out of bounds. And Mississippi University for Women wants to talk things over. 52-31. Both teams a little sloppy coming out of the timeout, but we'll take it with them. 52-31. Crowley's Ridge leads with 6:05 left in the third quarter. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Lizzie Routon. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge basketball on Pioneer Digital Network.
The Keela Wallace crosses midcourt, throws a Hail Mary down low to find Maddie Guerin. Guerin's shot is no good. Shamira Brown is there to get the board. Brown and Kaya Williams onto the floor for the Lady Pioneers. Here's Madison Sellers for three, short. Fighting for the rebound. Got a scrum underneath, and it'll be a jump ball.
And that looks like it'll go towards, yes, it will go to the Lady Pioneers possession right now.
So Kaya Williams will await in front of Lizzie Roughton. Roughton will do the honors. She'll inbound, finding Sellers. Sellers from 10 feet, good. Coach Phillips imploring his Lady Pioneers to play some defense. Top of the key, finding Hannah Duran. Duran will move to her right side to an open Wallace. Wallace will bounce past to Chamberlain. Chamberlain's shot is no good. Coming screaming in for the rebound is Rakeela Wallace. She missed her initial shot, and the rebound's going to go to Madison Sellers. Here's Shamira Brown. Brown's going to lower the shoulder, heaves it up. Going out to Kaya Williams. Williams just in front of the free throw line. No good. Lindsey Browning there. Nearly getting the scrum, but that is Guerin taking away the board. Guerin to Harris. Harris pulls up for three. That is short. Rather, that was Wallace for the three. Harris gets the rebound. Guerin underneath and up and in. Madison Sellers inbounds to Shamira Brown. Now out to Lizzie Roughton. Underneath is Lizzie Roughton. She misses her shot, rebounded by Guerin. 54-33, Crowley's Ridge, midway through this penultimate quarter. Hannah Duran goes out to Rakeela Wallace. Wallace lowers the head, drives inside, and it is a charge.
Actually, I think we're going to change it to a block. I believe she was still inside the circle, and yep, that's what they're going to call. It is a way to get over there, way to get her body put into it and try and get set, but she definitely was just a little bit inside that circle, so a little unfortunate for her.
So the referee, I saw the hand go behind the head, starting to indicate the charge. Look down, wait, she's in the circle. So it will indeed, it was a foul on the floor, so it is Owl basketball. Tie up underneath, still fighting for it. Going for it is the Owls. A wild desperation shot is no good, and it will go out of bounds.
No, I've got to shout out again Lindsey Browning's hustle. Actually, in all honesty, for especially the first half, a little bit here in the second half, you've seen a little bit of tiredness maybe coming out, a little bit of taking off the gas pedal, but overall defense tonight has been really great from the Lady Pioneers, and something that they've done really well is hustling after the ball, getting on the ground, trying to go for loose balls, getting those 50-50 balls.
Shamira Brown's shot is no good. Lindsey Browning initially had the rebound. Now a tie up underneath, and that jump ball is going to go towards the Owls. So Christiana Harris will take possession on the far side. Goes to the top of the key to Rakeela Wallace. Wallace backs towards the middle of the circles. Trying to get a screen. Now we'll spin her wheels, going to the right side to Harris. Harris goes to Wallace, back at the top of the key. 10 on the shot clock, out to Shaw. Shaw on the near wing. She goes inside, flings up a shot, and she will be fouled by Kiana Foster. Good there from MG Chamberlain to help up Kiana Foster. Always one of my favorite things to see on the floor is the opponents helping up their their counterparts.
You know, they've always said that ethics can't be a part of sports, and I can't help but to completely disagree with that. I think it adds to the sport.
Jasmine Shaw's first free throw is good. Jasmine Shaw, 5'6" junior out of Greenville, Mississippi in the Delta. That was her first made free throw this year. She was 0 for 6 coming into the game. Misses the second one, and Lizzie Roughton takes away the rebound. Roughton will cross midcourt, spins around the defender, still weaving her way in and out of traffic, but throws it right into the hands of Christiana Harris. Harris on the far wing goes to the far corner, finding Rakeela Wallace. Wallace back to Shaw. Shaw's at the top of the key. Looks to her right side to Harris. Harris, one-touch pass, finding MG Chamberlain. Chamberlain off the right elbow. The ball hesitated before finding its way inside the hoop. .250 left in Q3. Kiana Foster with the ball at the top of the key. Back to Shamira Brown. Brown steps up, three, short, and the rebound's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Owl basketball. And Coach Phillips wants to take a full timeout to talk things over, and we'll take it with him. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Crowley's Ridge holding a 54-36 lead over the visiting Owls of the Mississippi University for Women. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is Kiana Foster. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Welcome back to the Carter Activity Center. Dustin Seymour joined by Carson Barrow as the Owls will allow the ball to roll to midcourt before picking it up and starting the clock. Christiana Harris back to Rakila Wallace. Wallace picking up a screen from MG Chamberlain at the top of the key. Goes to the far side. Wallace is going to have that tipped out. Kyle Williams will get it. Stolen away. Still trying to find who's going to take possession, and it will be the Lady Pioneers. Shamira Brown couldn't decide what she wanted to do with the ball, if she wanted to pass it, if she wanted to keep it, and can't do both. And in the process, walked.
You know, I think that timeout was to try and calm down the Lady Pioneers a little bit. Coming out of halftime, only had, I believe it was 8 turnovers. All that's already up to 13 just here in this third quarter. So maybe try and slow it down, get into a rhythm, get something going, but definitely unhappy with that number.
Underneath, a foul called on Lindsey Browning, much to the chagrin of the Pioneer faithful and Coach Phillips. So Wallace will inbound the ball, heaves it to the top of the key, who finds an open Christiana Harris and her 6 points. Back to Wallace. Wallace put the ball down in her pocket, but it was taken out of her hands by Cassidy Murphy. And now another attempt of a steal for the Lady Pioneers. Kiana Foster is going to get the rebound off the shot by Cassidy Murphy. Kaya Williams to the left side. Driving in is Kiana Foster. Foster's shot is no good. However, she was hacked in the attempt and will go to the free throw line.
It's a good play right there, and I think that's what Brad Phillips is wanting. Get something going downhill, get something going towards the lane, see if you can't draw a foul and finish a layup, but don't be taking so many threes. Don't be trying to do too much with the ball right there.
Kiana Foster's first free throw is good. Foster, a 79% free throw shooter, knocks them both down. Inbound. Go to Jasmine Shaw. Shaw moves to her right side. Now to the left to Christiana Harris. Harris drives into the paint. Shot is up. No good. Two Lady Pioneers try to get the board. It's Lizzie Roughton coming away with the rebound. Wide open on the other end is Shamira Brown, who's going to easily lay it up and in. 90 seconds to go. And this third quarter. Rakila Wallace goes to Shaw. Shaw at the top of the key, back to Wallace. Wallace plants, shoots, makes, and is fouled.
That actually looks like that is Rakila Wallace's first points of this second half. And so really, Crowley's Ridge really executing their game plan. Shut Rakila Wallace down to make others step up, and it's worked out for them so far. So she's going to look to try and get going here in this last little bit. But Crowley's Ridge done a really good job on her tonight.
Lady Pioneers hold a 20-point lead that has now gone to 19 after the and one play is good. Kaya Williams. Ball goes around the circumference of the rim and falls out, and the rebound goes out of bounds. So it's going to be MUW ball. Rakila Wallace crosses midcourt to the right side to Jasmine Shaw. Shaw tries to penetrate, instead goes out to Harris. Harris to a wide open Wallace. Wallace for three. Short. Lindsey Browning gets the board. Lizzie Roughton heaves it down to Shamira Brown, and Brown used all of her frame, but could not get the rebound. Shamira Brown using her 5'7" frame. Couldn't jump up to get it. Shaw has the ball. Going now to find MG Chamberlain, who gets the bucket to fall. Shot clock turned off. Final 20 seconds of play in this quarter. Kiana Foster pulls up for three. Too far. Lindsey Browning gets the board, who muscles back up, misses her shot, but will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Good offensive rebound right there. Way to go back up through it. Got fouled on it, and now go knock down a pair of free throws.
Browning, a 61% shooter from the stripe. As Cassidy Murphy will exit, replaced by Maddie Guerin. Free throw from Browning hits nothing but the bottom of the net. All four Lady Pioneers go back to the backcourt. Second free throw from Browning, bottom. (60-41), Lady Pioneers lead it. Rakila Wallace will drive to the baseline by foul, reach foul by Lindsey Browning. And with the fifth foul of the quarter, that's going to send Rakila Wallace back to the free throw line to shoot two. First free throw from Wallace is good. That's Browning's third personal foul tonight. Second free throw from the Columbus, Mississippi native is no good. Lizzie Roughton takes the rebound. Shamira Brown, the clock is not running. And finally does. Looking up, the clock said 6 seconds. And now suddenly it says 1.3.
Maybe in a glitch in the system right there. A little bit unfortunate. They had something going downhill. Looks like they might be able to get something. Now got to take it out on the out of bounds line, over on the sideline, try and figure something out.
Shamira Brown quickly inbounds to Roughton. Roughton flings up a shot, just misses. And that will end the third quarter of play, and we will move to the final 10 minutes with the Lady Pioneers holding a 60-42 lead over the visiting Owls of the Mississippi University for Women. This is Crowley's Ridge College Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too. Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse? Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon. Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Shamira Brown. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Final 10 minutes of play being prepped here as the Lady Pioneers maintain a 60-42 lead over the visiting Owls of the Mississippi University for Women. Reminder, the men will take on the Eagles of Williams Baptist in Walnut Ridge here in about 10 minutes, getting ready to tip off. Be sure to follow at CRC Pioneers to get all the updates from that game. Shamira Brown's going to inbound. She finds Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman back to Brown. Brown driving to the baseline, going back out to Sellers. Sellers with the left hand up and in. Madison Sellers makes it 15 points. Two leading scorers for the Lady Pioneers on the floor with 15 each. Lottie Hoffman and Madison Sellers. Rakila Wallace going and finding Chamberlain. Now back to Wallace. Wallace's three is no good, and the rebound will be a foul. That foul will be whistled on Jamiria Johnson, her fourth foul. Hannah Duran will inbound the hoop ball, finding Kieran. Kieran out to Harris. Harris back to Wallace. Wallace, Kieran. Kieran will be blocked by Sellers, and it goes into the hands of Shamira Brown. Brown will streak across the floor to Sellers. Sellers lays it up with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by Duran. Duran goes out to Harris. Harris off the window, no good. And getting the rebound is Madison Sellers. Sellers up to 7 rebounds now, needing 3 to break that double-double. Sellers off the left elbow. She knew the shot was off, and the rebound will go out of bounds. So it'll be W basketball. 20-point differential. Lady Pioneers 62, Owls 42. Hannah Duran on the near wing finds Harris at the top of the key. Harris will bounce pass, finding Rakila Wallace on the far corner. No-look pass to MG Chamberlain. Chamberlain's shot is no good, right into the hands of Lottie Hoffman. Hoffman sees the seam. Bounce pass to Kaya Williams. Williams head fakes the three, dribbles to her right side, now drives to the hoop. Up, no good. Rebound coming away to Wallace. Wallace thought about streaking down the floor, but will allow her team to make its way down first to set up the play. Hard pass down low off the fingertips of MG Chamberlain. Chamberlain could not maintain it. Lottie Hoffman drives in off the window and good. Lottie Hoffman up to 17 points.
First points of the half for her as well. Kind of stopped her on the defensive end and made other people get involved. And so far, that's first points of this half. Hopefully she can continue to get some more.
Rakila Wallace's shot is no good. Hoffman goes out to Kaya Williams. Williams pulling up for three, too hard. Right there to get the board is Jamiria Johnson. Johnson's putback is good. And a timeout will be whistled, called by the Owls. So we'll take it with them. 7 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in this contest. Lady Pioneers lead at 66-42. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
I want to get back to kissing the cheeks of my grandbabies, making Sunday dinner with a house full of family and lots of laughs.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now, there are vaccines. They are the very first step that let us get back to what we miss most. It's okay to have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I wait? Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Michaela Ward. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Crowley's Ridge, 7 minutes and 33 seconds from breaking back into the win column after a three-game losing skid. Tonight they've drawn the Owls of the Mississippi University for women, currently leading 66-42. Maddie Aaron off the left block is up and good.
Looks like Owls are going to bring a little bit of pressure, not much, but just something to try and slow down the Pioneers, Lady Pioneers, and see if they can't catch a turnover.
Lottie Hoffman head fakes the three. Now goes to Kaya Williams. Williams into the lane. Up, no good. Rebound coming away to Christiana Harris. Harris crosses midcourt, goes quickly into the fence of defenders. So has to go out to Rakila Wallace. Wallace back to Harris. Harris's shot is off the front iron. Jamiria Johnson takes away the rebound. Shamira Brown. Full force going in. Quickly double teamed. Still no whistle, jump ball, timeout, nothing going on. Finally got a whistle. Don't know what the call is going to be. Could be a foul, could be a travel, could be a jump ball.
Looks like they're going to call a foul on, is that Rakila Wallace they just called that on?
I believe they whistled that on Rakila Wallace. No, that was on Hannah Duran.
Couldn't quite tell there.
That one's, again, that could have gone one of three ways.
Yeah. Something I just noticed down here on the Owls offensive end, Rakila Wallace seems to be grabbing at her hamstring a little bit. Not sure if that's something going on. Still looks like she's running on it fine, but don't know if she tweaked it or what's going on with it.
Underneath, Jamiria Johnson up and in. There is Cassidy Murphy getting into the scorebook. Kaya Williams takes the inbound and sends it right back to Madison Sellers. Sellers to Shamira Brown. Brown underneath, and she will walk.
Yeah, Coach Brad Phillips over there telling her just settle down a little bit. Notice two defenders coming down on her. Needs to just calm down.
Shamira Brown doesn't have a gear that's not third.
That is also true.
She is always going 110%, and sometimes her body will get in front of her feet. Christiana Harris holds the ball at the top of the key to Rakila Wallace. Wallace goes inside, now out to Hannah Duran. Duran throws it back to Wallace. Wallace with 10 on the shot clock, flings up a shot, and she'll be fouled by Madison Sellers. Sellers tried to draw the charge.
Just a little out of position there. Didn't get her body turned, not square with her, and so pretty easy call right there. Unfortunate because she did sell out for her body to get hit, but you know it's still a good attempt to take the charge right there.
So two shots coming up for Rakila Wallace. Wallace 7 for 9 tonight on the charity stripe, 11 points. First shot rattles in. One more free throw upcoming for the senior out of Columbus, Mississippi, and she'll make the second. Madison Sellers finds Lottie Hoffman, back to Sellers. Sellers takes it across midcourt, out to Browning. Browning one-touch pass to Hoffman. Hoffman flings up a wild shot that's no good, and the rebound coming down to Maniki Aaron. Out to Rakila Wallace. Wallace will drive inside. Her shot is up, no good. Lindsey Browning coming away with a rebound. Browning didn't know that Rakila Wallace was right behind her and was nearly pickpocketed.
Coach Brad Phillips telling the team, slow it down a little bit, get something going, and Madison Sellers right there taking a foul, get something. Looks like they'll be on the floor. They're not going to say she was in shooting motion just yet.
Sellers was on her way to the hoop. So Nakaya Williams will come into the game for the first time. Nakaya Edwards, that is. Why do I keep getting them mixed up? Whew. Nakaya Edwards out to Leah Still. Still for three from the far wing. No good. Rebound going down to Christiana Harris. Harris out now to Hannah Duran. To Wallace. Still fighting underneath, and Wallace, her shot is up, and she'll be fouled.
Looks like they will call that on Nakaya Edwards right there and send. Oh, well.
So that'll put Rakila Wallace back to the free throw line. Wallace 9 for 11 from the charity stripe. 9 of her 13 points have been from the 15-foot line. She'll miss the first of 2.
She really just hasn't been able to get it going. You look, she's 2 for 16 on the night. So she's had to figure out something else, and she knows driving in, she's going to try and absorb some contact and has really done that to get herself on the board and try and help her team out.
I will say, she has done a good job adjusting. She's 0 for 5, and you have noted in the second half she is making a concerted effort to drive into the lane.
Yeah. Sometimes your shot's just not there. When I played, I shot a lot of three-pointers. Sometimes you just don't have your shot and you don't have the touch on it that you want that night. So you just got to learn how to adapt and adjust in the game. And she's done really well of trying to help her team out in any way. She's been looking to get other teammates involved. She's been trying to get to the charity stripe, and has done a really good job of doing that.
Meanwhile, Nakaya Edwards steals it away, and she will lay it in with a scoop in the score. 72-49. Lady Pioneers lead it. Just shy of 4 minutes left to go in this contest. Christiana Harris down to MG Chamberlain underneath. Chamberlain and Browning. Go to the floor.
I said it earlier, but again, I love to see it is 3 minutes, 46 seconds. You're up by quite a few points right now, and you're still diving on the floor after a loose ball. It really shows you what the Lady Pioneers are built around. It really shows the hustle and the commitment they have to it. Really shows that they do enjoy playing the game and play it to the best of their ability.
Hannah Duran's going to inbound. She finds MG Chamberlain, and then a foul whistled on Leah Still. Still picks up her third foul, the freshman out of Flippin, Arkansas. Any foul after this will send the Owls to the free throw line shooting 2. Defensive foul, I should say. Christiana Harris from mid-range is good. 72-51. And Madison Sellers gets tied up with Rakila Wallace. Wallace thought that Sellers had an arm bar, and the referee is going to change the call. The referee off the ball indicated that Sellers had an arm bar, so call overturned.
That's a difficult call to make right there. Sellers goes and hits the deck, so you want to make that call, but you also see where Rakaya Wallace just kind of falls back as well. It's a really difficult call as a referee to make. Both had contact. Which way do you call it? That's just the biggest question. And that one, they went towards the Owls direction.
Rakila Wallace heaves it down low to Cassidy Murphy. He goes back up top to Harris. Harris crosses over, driving in, gets tripped up. Leah Still takes it away. It's 3-on-1. Lottie Hoffman's going to do the honors, and Hoffman is knocked to the floor by Rakila Wallace. So Lottie Hoffman goes back to the charity stripe with Maddie Guerin returning for the Owls. Shamira Brown will ready to check in.
A little bit confusion down there, getting in the right positions, getting lined up correctly. Sometimes just mental errors on that end, just kind of getting to this part of the game and you decide you kind of check out for a second.
Hoffman needed to take a minute. Knocked down pretty hard on that play. Free throw from Hoffman is up and in. Hoffman pretty solid from the charity stripe, 75% coming into the game.
Looks like Shamira Brown's going to check in for Lottie Hoffman here, kind of get her out of the game.
Second free throw
more injury.
Is up and in. Indeed, Shamira Brown in. Lottie Hoffman will exit. Hoffman didn't know. She had everybody in the gym saying, Lottie. She kind of looked around. Oh, I'm going out.
Sometimes as basketball players, you get into that zone. You don't hear anyone else in the gym. You just hear with your own thoughts and focus solely on the game.
Harris going out to Hannah Duran. Duran loses her dribble, passes right to Madison Sellers. Sellers weaves through the defense. Going in, shot is up, but she is blocked. But Lindsey Browning takes the rebound, and Leah Still will travel. Claire Bellers will come back for the Lady Pioneers.
Yeah, just something to go in for practice in some different areas like that to improve on. Really working on footwork. Tonight had quite a few different times where people have walked, had a couple of travels, getting their feet moving a little bit too early, something that could definitely be improved on.
Guerin's shot is good. Claire Bellers will inbound the ball, finding Nakaya Edwards. Kayla Ward readies to re-enter the game. And Shamira Brown will be fouled on her way to the hoop. So indeed, Michaela Ward will enter. All four Lady Pioneers into the backcourt with Shamira Brown at the charity stripe. On the floor for the Lady Pioneers, Shamira Brown, Nakaya Edwards, Madison Sellers, Michaela Ward, and Claire Bellers.
It looks like Jamelia Johnson's going to come in and check in here. Yep, and that's going to be Madison Sellers' night. Really great night for Madison Sellers tonight. Didn't quite get to the double-double, but overall, you can't complain with the night that she had.
Now, it looks like Maya Edwards is going to come in as well. Outside, three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound coming down. Taken out. We'll have a tie-up. Whole lot of players coming in now. And Maya Edwards will come in for the first time, getting her first minutes as a Lady Pioneer. Nakaya Edwards and Maya Edwards, the twins from Fort Worth, Texas, both into the game. And Maya Edwards, her first collegiate shot is no good, and the rebound's going to go out of bounds.
Love seeing the sister right there trying to get her involved, trying to get her a shot, so really good to see that.
Minute 42 left to go. Head fake by Emma Hicks, going out to Jasmine Shaw, now back to Cassidy Murphy. Murphy's shot is no good. Rebound coming down to Jameria Johnson. And it'll be out of bounds. Inbound. It's stolen away by Nakaya Edwards. Nakaya Edwards will easily lay it up and in with a minute 20 left to go. It's 78-53. And here's Claire Bellers getting a steal. Claire Bellers is going to go coast to coast. Her shot is up. She'll be fouled.
Looks like Coach Brad Phillips is going to send the rest of the Lady Pioneers back into the backcourt. Just kind of playing prevent defense, not trying to do anything up here in the front court. So just let Claire Bellers shoot these two free throws, play defense on the other end, and hopefully here in a minute and 6, walk away out of here with a win.
Claire Bellers picks up, takes the free throw, and that is good. Second is up and good. 80-53. Minute 04 left to go. Underneath, we'll have a tie-up. Jump ball will be Owl basketball. Long two-point shot from Emma Hicks is no good. Rebound coming away to Hannah Durant, or rather that is Jameria Johnson. Here's Claire Bellers. Bellers goes underneath and misses the shot.
Love seeing that over there on the bench. You have all of your starters that play a lot of good minutes out here, just still up and supporting every one of their teammates. Doesn't matter who you are a Lady Pioneer in their eyes, and they're going to support you either way.
Claire Bellers makes the first free throw. She readies her second, does the former Lady Mohawk of Piggott, Arkansas.
You know a little bit about that place, don't you, Dustin?
A little bit. Got an hour drive to head back there after this. Katie Beth Williams going down to Cassidy Murphy. Shot is no good. Jamiria Johnson has the rebound. Going out now to Nakaya Edwards. Nakaya Edwards going down to Claire Bellers. Bellers tries to find Nakaya Williams. Claire Bellers pulls up for three. Just rattles out. Rebound coming down to Cassidy Murphy. Emma Hicks with the basketball. Hicks goes to the far side. Shot is no good. Rebounded right into the arms of Jamiria Johnson. Johnson will go by herself. Johnson will go to the left side to Nakaya Edwards. And that will be our basketball game. Telling of the final score, Crowley's Ridge finally breaks back into the win column with a convincing 82-53 win over the Mississippi University for women. Crowley's Ridge improves to 4-3 on the year, whereas the Owls go to 0-3. Again, telling of the final score, Crowley's Ridge 82 and MUW 53. We're going to take a timeout. On the other side, Carson will have post-game stats for you. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me? Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit stoptextstoprex.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Lottie Hoffman. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Welcome back to the Carter Activity Center for the final time tonight. Again, telling of the final score. Crowley's Ridge Lady Pioneers 82, Mississippi University for Women Owls 53. Great game tonight. Finally snapped that 3-game losing streak, something that we desperately needed. Had a really great game tonight. It's not about how many times you get knocked down, but it's about how you get back up, and it's about how you rebound. Telling of the final stats for tonight. Crowley's Ridge shoots 29 of 70 for a 41.4% percentage tonight for field goals. 17 of 65 for the Mississippi University for women. 26.2%. Did a really great job on defense tonight. Really held them to what we wanted to do. Really took their main player, Rokeela Wallace, out of it and made other players do something. Also did a great job on Rokeela Wallace in general. Played her straight up. Tried to get her in some trouble. Tried to get her uncomfortable, try to make her do things that she wasn't normally accustomed to doing, and did a great job of that. She went 2 for 17 tonight, something that Crowley's Ridge can be super proud of. As far as three-pointers go, 8 for 18 tonight for Crowley's Ridge compared to 2 of 17 for the Mississippi University of Women. Free throw percentage, Crowley's Ridge did an amazing job tonight. 16 of 17 from the free throw line tonight. 94.1%, something to really hang your cap on. That is a great number for the Pioneers. 17 of 24 for the Mississippi University of Women for a 70.8 free throw percentage. Turnovers, still going to be an issue, still kind of our issue, something that we really need to work through. Had 16 turnovers that led to 17 points for the Owls tonight. However, Crowley's Ridge, again, did a great job on the defensive end. 26 turnovers, forced the Owls into 26 turnovers, which led to 36 points off of turnovers. 19-point differential there, something that Crowley's Ridge can be very excited about and should be very excited about. As far as rebounds go, 45 total rebounds for the Pioneers compared to 36 for the Owls. Offensive rebounds, 14 to 14. Something we really need to do. Work on boxing out. Work on getting into the lane, finding a girl, putting a body on her, and really boxing out and getting those offensive or defensive rebounds. As far as defensive rebounds go, 31 to 22. Did a really great job on that end tonight. Assists, 17 for Crowley's Ridge tonight. Did a really great job of sharing and distributing the ball, finding the open girl, and really making plays. 15 for the Mississippi University for women. Blocks. Mississippi University for women actually led the statistic. They had 6 blocks in the night compared to Crowley's Ridge Lady Pioneers 4. Steals, 18 steals. Again, 18 steals for Crowley's Ridge tonight. Getting in those passing lanes, did a really fantastic job, and really should be really proud of these girls for what they did. 8 steals for the Owls of Mississippi University for women. As far as fouls go, it was a really physical game. We really tried to get in there, really trying to make and force some things to happen. So you end up with 23 fouls. Not something too much you should hang your head on. Really overall, really great game. 13 fouls from the Mississippi University of women. Going into individual stats, for Crowley's Ridge, Lottie Hoffman leads with her career high and season high of 19 points. Madison Sellers follows it up with an almost double-double with 17 points and 7 rebounds. Leah Steele with 8 points. Claire Bellers with 7 points. Shamira Brown with 6. Kaya Williams with 5. Nakaya Edwards with 4. Kiana Foster with 4. Lindsey Browning with 4. Lizzie Roughton with 4. Jamiria Johnson with 4. And then that leads to the overall score of being 82 points. Really good showing tonight. As far as the W, you have MG Chamberlain leading them with 15 points. Rakila Wallace with 14, but again, 2 of 17 for field goals, 0 of 5 from the three-point range. She got most of her points at the free throw line, and Dustin and I were talking about it a little bit during the break, or a little bit during the game. She did a really good job adjusting. She noticed that she wasn't comfortable, she wasn't hitting her shots, really wasn't getting what she wanted, so she attacked and really tried to draw fouls. So really good for Rakila Wallace to try and adapt, something that a lot of players don't necessarily do. They don't necessarily know how to adapt to the certain situations that they're in. So really good job for her tonight with 14 points. Maddie Guerin had 9 points. Christiana Harris with 8. Imani Harris, I'm sorry. Imani, thank you, Dustin. Imani Harris with 4, Cassidy Murphy with 2, and Jasmine Shaw with 1, and that will round out the scoring statistics for the Mississippi University of Women. Really great bounce-back win, something that is a really great thing to see for the Lady Pioneers. Dustin, any final thoughts on the game?
Well, Lady Pioneers again improved to 4-3, back into the positive category as far as the winning percentage goes. Next game will be this Saturday. First game of a doubleheader as the Pioneers and Lady Pioneers take on the Eutectics of the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy, visiting Paragould out of St. Louis, Missouri. We'll be here for every dribble and every shot. Well, I'll be here for every dribble and every shot. That will be this Saturday, tipping off at 2 o'clock, and the men following shortly thereafter at 4. Speaking of the men, giving you a quick update, 12:06 left in the first half of play. Pioneers currently down to the Eagles 18-10. Crowley's Ridge men looking to pick up their first win of the season. So a great night overall, a couple of season/career highs coming out of Lottie Hoffman in particular. And so that will wrap things up for tonight. We thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again, or at least hope you will hear us again later on this season. Till we see you then, good night, and God bless.